Good evening, fifth graders. Tonight I'm going to be giving you a little review on fractions. Last few videos have all been review as well. So hopefully you're getting it now. And with the hard work you've been having in class, I know you are getting it. So let's just take a look at these things here. We have a mixed number. Let's change this to an improper fraction. So as an improper fraction, we want the numerator to be larger than the denominator. So all we're doing is this clock motion. We're multiplying first, right? And then we're adding. 16 times 1 is 16, plus 1 is 17. I have a 17 over a 16. Next problem, we're going 8 times 4 is 32, plus a 3 gives me a 35 over 8. Next one, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7 over 4. 8 times 3 gives me 24, plus 5 gives me 29 over 8. Now we're subtracting. Remember the three rules with subtracting. Number on the left larger than the one on the right. Do we have the same common denominator in number 3? Is the numerator on the left larger than the one on the right? So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, 3 and 5/8 is larger than 1 and 3/4, so that's a plus. The next thing we're going to do here, common denominators. 4 and 8, we're going to have to change 3/4 into an 8 times 2. Times 2 gives me 6/8. I'm going to rewrite this problem. Need some space here. 3 and 5/8 minus 1 and 6/8. Common denominators, this is 5, larger than 6. It's not. I have to make this number bigger, so I'm going to cross off this 3. I'm going to go ahead and add an 8 over 8 to the 5, so it gives me a 2. And this gives me a 13 over an 8 minus 1 and 6/8. 2 minus 1 gives me 1. 13 minus 6 gives me 7/8. 1 and 7/8. It's really important. Whatever you add to the numerator depends on your denominator, kids. Here it's an 8, so I'm adding an 8 to a 5. If my denominator was a 6, if it was 3 and 5/6, I'd be adding 6 to the 5, okay? It really depends on what we're borrowing in order to see what we're adding to the numerator. We're dealing a lot with 8s here, okay? Let's go here. Let's go with 2 and 8. We have to put this into an 8. So half we're going to put into 8. Going times 4. Times 4. Give me 4 over 8. 6 and 4 over 8 minus 5/8. I can't just subtract across. My answer is not 6 and 1/8. I have to borrow. Crossing off the 6, I'm putting a 5 here. I'm borrowing and putting an 8 to that 4, so I have 12 over 8. I'm going to subtract 5/8. This equals 5 and 7/8. How many minutes? That's a typo. Is 1/4 of an hour. How many minutes is 1/4 of an hour? Well, I could use this clock right here, or I could just go 1/4 equals, how many minutes are the whole? 60. I'm going times 15. Times 15 gives me 15 minutes. If I didn't have this clock, but if I want to, I can split it in half. 1/4 would be this shaded part, which would be 15 minutes. How many minutes is 2/5 of an hour? All right, well, I have 2 over 5. I want to find out the part of the whole, so that means I have a 60 as my whole. 5 times 12 is 60. 2 times 12 gives me 24. 24 minutes would be 2/5 of an hour. Hopefully this helped a little bit of review. Just keep in mind what the numerator and the denominator represent. And when you're borrowing, make sure you're keeping in mind what is the denominator so you know what the whole is that you're borrowing into the numerator. Hopefully this helped a little bit with your Unit 6, 6.10. And I look forward to working with you in class tomorrow.